Mother's Day off, but they will be racing this weekend. Jen Jensen has had an extra bounce in her step this week. Don't give us the shrug and the whole
The
thing.
shoulder.
She is triumphant as we bring in on the Love Chevrolet phone lines Darlington Raceway President Kerry Tharp. Kerry has not been dominating our competition here, our weekly pick segment. He is in third place, 1 point better than Bill going into this week. Jen has a 1 point lead over our boss, Rick, in the overall standings after having correctly picked Kevin Harvick to win last week in Kansas. Kerry, you went with Chase Elliott. He finished respectable, 12th. Bill went with Martin Truex Jr., a solid 4th place finish. And Kyle Busch did not finish, which has allowed Jen to make the big jump this week, getting that 10-point bump by picking the winner correctly. What'd you think of Dover, first of all, Kerry? Let's start there.
Well, I tell you, it was really interesting. Kevin Harvick, once that rain delay hit and he got his car back the way he wanted it to be, it was smooth sailing. He pretty much dominated after that rain delay, and there was nobody really going to track him down. So, again, I think it just further emphasizes that Kevin Harvick is the class of the field this year. I'd say he's 1A, Kyle Busch is 1B. But Kevin Harvick and the Fords, again, were dominant.
And now, does that translate over? I'm guessing you think that translates over as you move out to the Midwest for Kansas this week.
Well, I tell you, Kevin Harvick, in my mind, is somebody's going to have to beat him. He's going to be really good at Kansas again this week. And I was listening to Rodney Childers the other night on one of the radio shows. And, they're so confident that they you can just tell and sense that this race team has it going on. And so they're going to be extremely strong out there this weekend. Keselowski will be good. The Fords right now, whatever it is, they have it. They have magic in a bottle, and everybody else is trying to catch up.
All right, that leads us right to our weekly picks then. Knowing all that, who are you going with this week, Kerry?
Oh, what does he get to pick first? I'm in last place.
He's the guest, okay?
He's the guest, absolutely.
Tell him to pipe down.
That's right.
You can tell him yourself.
No, man, I know all about this track. You guys, let me ask this real quick. How long is this track? What's the distance?
It's 1.5 mile racetrack. It's a little bit different than a lot of the 1.5 mile. It doesn't have quite the banking that you see at some of these tracks, but it's a very, very fast racetrack. They get upwards sometimes close to 200 miles an hour in the corners out there. It's a very fast track.
Incorrect, sir. The track length is disputed by the two major series that run at Kansas Speedway. The NASCAR timing and scoring use a track length of, which I know that we are using this week, so technically Kerry's right. But the IRL timing and scoring used a track length of 1.52 miles. How about that?
Kerry, I apologize for him. Please go on like that never happened.
Yeah, have him go cover something else.
Right? He can't cover much of anything. Have you seen how tall he is? Wow. Oh, that came out.
How unnecessary.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're looking at Kansas. I'm going to go totally against what I just preached about how great the Fords are.
Love it.
I'm going to go with defending race winner Martin Truex Jr. I just think it's time for him to get to victory lane.
Okay. Since, Jen, you had a successful weekend, don't look at me over here. You're a co-host on the program. You're down on the list. You're making everyone uncomfortable and unhappy.
I'm not going to pick Harvick, so if that's what you're looking for.
He's not going to win this week. I don't think he's going to win back-to-back. That's tough for me to pick him, so I wasn't going to pick him.
Jen, you get the next pick. Go right ahead, man.
You know what? I'm going to look for something a little different. I'm going to say Blaney. Blaney's been kind of strong out there. And, I don't know. I'm shaking it up a little bit.
Bill, would you like to give us Blaney's first name?
Ryan.
All right. Okay.
Nicely done.
There you go.
I would have lost money on that bet.
You guys think, I am well aware. Jen last week trying to pull the move of, hey, Bill, where's Dover, East or West Coast? Everybody knows it's in Delaware, Jen.
I notice how he doesn't say East or West Coast.
Right. I don't know where that is.
Of course. It's right next to San Francisco. Everybody knows that. My pick finally?
Finally, yes.
All right.
Your long-awaited pick.
I'm gonna go with Kyle Busch. I think, you look at it, he's been doing really well. He's struggled the last few races, but he will surely be in the top 3 in this or the next race. He's too good to lag down for more than a few races. I think it's Kyle Busch's race to be had. I will admit, I almost went with Daniel Suarez coming off a third-place finish right behind Boyer last week. Suarez is coming to Kansas City where he finished 6th last year. But I'm going to go Kyle Busch, man. But keep an eye on Daniel Suarez. That is a dark horse this week that could potentially do it. And how about the resurgence of Clint Boyer? Have you guys seen what Boyer's been doing? 2nd-place finish last week. His 5th top 5 finish in the last 6 races. Finished 9th at Kansas City last week. Keep an eye on Boyer and Suarez as well. But I'm going to go Kyle Busch.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Kerry, how do you rate that?
Well, the Kyle Busch pick, I mean, you can't go wrong with Kyle Busch, but he mentioned a guy right now who really I think could win out there. Yeah. It's Clint Boyer, and that's his home track. And so I don't think he's won out there before. He'd be awfully good to pick up. If
Can I switch my pick?
No, you cannot, sir.
I want to switch. Can I get Clint Boyer?
And Kerry, what you're seeing here is basically don't feed the bears. You don't feed the animals. You don't encourage this guy at all. And now he's way too pumped
Need to
up.
Take him back over to Riverbank soon.
Well done. He's Darlington Raceway President Kerry Tharp. Kerry, thanks for joining us. I will be pulling personally now for Martin Truex Jr. to win in Kansas.